We are here at Bridgeside Productions with Shwizz. These fellas just got off of stage. They absolutely killed it here at Brooklyn Bowl. And guys, how do you feel after that?
Feel pretty great.
Pretty great.
It's a good show. People, family, friends. And this is my first show that I got to play with my cousin Dana and her band, so it was very exciting for me.
That's right. So Jane Lee Hooker played earlier in the night. Dana is the lead singer, right?
She is.
All right, I got a quick question. Right, it was one of my first times getting to see you guys live. There's a lot of influence in your music. It's all over the place. The spectrum is wide, like very wide. And you guys are masterful musicians. You know, like you really play incredibly. I want to just say that now before I start unzipping your No, I'm just kidding. Just a joke. But can you talk to us a little bit about your influence? I mean, I heard stuff. I could say I heard like Satriani and Steve Vai and Frank Zappa in your playing.
Sure.
I mean, it was all over the place. But there was definitely strong roots in those three for me as a listener. But tell us.
We can kind of go down the line. I might as well just start it off. But Zappa is my #1 influence. Maybe not guitar-wise, but songwriting-wise. And then some of those guitar players you mentioned, Satriani, Steve Vai. I was really into Slash back in the day. Like, he was like my #1 guy, and I'm really into the Shredders and stuff, but I'm also into like Steely Dan and like a lot of the melodic chordal stuff, so that's me.
My influences are Genesis, Jethro Tull, the Flecktones, a lot of the stuff he listens to. I listen to a lot of classical music. Andy?
Everything from death metal to classical, old school country. It's hard for me to narrow down, #1, 2, 3 influences, but, everything, funk music, especially anything with soul.
Awesome. I mean, like I said, there's a good spectrum there. I didn't expect to. I didn't hear Genesis coming out of your mouth, and it came out, and that's awesome. That's really cool. I'm a big Genesis fan. I grew up listening to Genesis a lot as well. So I got the information that you guys are going to jump on the road for the next few days. Is that right?
That is correct.
These guys are here right now, the Southern Bells.
The Southern Bells.
Yeah, you interviewed them earlier.
That's right. They're cool. So can you want to talk a little bit about the experience of kind of being on the road? Have you guys been on the road with the Southern Bells before?
We actually have, yes.
All right, cool.
We did a little run with them last year. We're hitting a couple of the same spots, so it's always good to, when you return, especially with the same bill, and see how good your following is doing or whatever, and see familiar faces. So we're looking forward to it. We really get along with them. Sometimes two bands go on the road and don't get along or something, so it's good that everyone gets along, and
we try to collaborate
time with them.
or go on tour with bands that we like. We're not really trying to be advantageous and pick a band just because any other reason besides we want to put on a great show, have a great bill all together. Our music, not that it's completely, all that similar, but it works pretty well, I think, together.
Awesome. This is my first time hearing the Southern Bells. They're I think, more towards the pop side of things than I would say you guys probably are, in terms of at least current pop culture, pop music, and just songwriting. Do you guys ever find that to be detrimental on a bill?
Being paired up with somebody you don't fit with? I mean, it happens more often than not. Not really. I mean, yeah. Sometimes sonically it may not make sense, but if it, you can't say that it's not good music one way or the other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially if they're people that are making the music, people we can get along with, are cool.
Speaking of the people you get along with are cool, the making music. That was my question I had before. How long have you three been playing together?
This is a long answer. Me and Frank have been playing together since high school, so we met in high school 15 years now. And so we're 15, and then we, with Andy, has been in the band since 2009, was that it?
10 or 11.
2010 or 11. So 8 years with Andy. And we had been through numerous band members, numerous drummers, and
many lineups.
Many different styles. When we first started the band, we started we've almost come full circle. I think we had one other guitar player when we started the band in high school. Our college days, we had a whole horn section, keyboard player, and we've slowly went from big 9-piece band to back down to 5 or 6, and now I think we've reached our final road where it's just the final 3 remain, and we're just ready to do it as a trio.
Last men standing.
Well, it's really cool. I mean, I'm sure at any point you guys could probably throw all that stuff in because you have such a strong foundation between the three of you that it'd be easy to kind of layer that stuff on top.
Makes the most sense. So right now, between the three of us, we have a lot of chemistry. We play weekly at another, we back up a band in Nyack where we live.
Where do you guys do that? You have a weekly residency?
Most Wednesdays when we're in town, we play over at Olives.
Okay.
Not at Shwizz, but we back up a soul singer named Frankie D.
Awesome.
But doing that for years has really built a strong chemistry besides the touring and, all the years we've spent together. We have really good chemistry and sort of somewhat of a telekinetic thing going on. Like, we know where each other is going to go musically, and that's really helpful in writing and living and symbiosis. Is that what you say?
Well, check it out. That was like really apparent while you guys were on stage. It was apparent that you guys have that amazing level of communication that like very few bands kind of get to that point. Very, in my opinion, what I noticed. I could just sense it. I could hear it more than I could see it, which is kind of the teller. And cheers to you guys.
Cheers to you guys.
Fantastic band. And this is Shwizz right here. Make sure you look them up. Where can everybody find you guys online? You want to do it?
CHWIZZ.com.
Everywhere.com. Shwizz.
Facebook,
Bridgeside
Instagram,
Productions. All right?
SoundCloud, your radio.
Bridgeside Live. Go Bridgeside.
Falling from the sky. Oh yeah.